Hello, everybody, and welcome to Noble Network 1's live broadcast of the Wiley X Truck Series from Kanas Speedway, round number 6 tonight. And joining me in the booth tonight, Dylan Lee, as always, and we got a newcomer. Ben Niles going to try it out here as a guest tonight in the booth. We want to welcome him. Of course, Ben Kilcrease always with you, and Sam Taylor in the production van at the bottom of the grandstands. Dylan, heading into this race, we have Dylan Brockwell, who's trying to do something that has only been done by a few here at Noble, and his mentor, Dave Washington, is one of those. He's trying to get to 5 in a row, or nobody's done 5 in a row except for Dave. He's trying to make it 5 in a row, but he's got to get 3 and 4, and he's going for 3 tonight.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got so far he's got 2 in a row, and looking at the qualifying times, he's actually right on track to that 3rd win. So but I wouldn't count anybody else out of this one, though. It's pretty close. Carl Brown's only about 1/10 of a second behind him on the board. So we'll see how that plays out. I know Carl Brown's a very good driver here at Kansas.
Extremely close times too, as far as qualifying does go. Ben Nye, I want to talk to you for a second about Kanas Speedway as a driver. How do you drive this track, and what kind of racing can we expect tonight?
And this track is a very wide, very fast track. A lot of the guys are going to be trying to get that bottom groove to work at least through 3 and 4. But if you can get the high groove to work through 1 and 2 and save your tires on the outside at 3 and 4, it's very, very hard to pass on the bottom here.
Have to wait and see who can master that and who can master the high side. I want to thank everybody for joining us, but it is now time to head trackside for today's national anthem. On behalf of iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations Noble Network 1 and Wiley X, welcome to the Wiley X Truck Series here at the 1.5 mile Kanas Speedway in Kansas. Once again, I'll introduce you to the broadcast crew. Sam Taylor doing the producing work tonight. He's getting the picture that you see to you. Joining me in the booth, as always, is Dylan Lee, but we've got a newcomer as guest tonight here in the booth, Ben Nile, and of course, Ben Kilcrease with the lead commentating position. And I tell you what, we are just moments away from getting this race started tonight here at Kanas Speedway. Dylan, who are you going to take the win?
You know, it's really hard to tell at this. Everyone's looking at the times. Everyone's really neck and neck. You know, I'm just going to have to go with a gut instinct on this one. I'm going to go with the number 41, Carl Brown.
Oh, yeah, good pick right there. Ben, who are you going to take?
Well, looking at both the practice and qualifying times, Dylan Brockwell would be the easy choice, but I'm going to go with Brian Terry. He's been doing really well lately. I see him getting a win tonight.
All right, so we have Brown and Terry, and now I'm going to go with Dylan Brockwell since nobody else took him in the number 20 truck, and it is now time, and Sam, he's going to whisper Mayor who he wants after we take the whole top three. And we're going to run through the starting lineup, starting on the pole in the number 20 truck with a time of 31.473. That's last week's winner, looking for 3 in a row tonight. Dylan Brockwell. Carl Brown in the number 41 sits second. He's looking for his best finish ever in the trucks.
Brian Terry rolls off third in the number 92 truck, followed by Jade Williams, with 53.
Starting fifth will be Trevor Smith, and sixth will be Kevin C. Ford.
Wallace Boyce rolls off in the 7th position. Mike Whitehead, 8th position belongs to him.
Rick Donathan Bossman starting 9th. Scott Wallace starting in the 10th position.
Kevin Carl roll off 11th. Andrew Kessler roll off 12th.
Joel Boldrin rolls off 13th, and Britt Sturgeon is to his outside 14th.
Brian F. in the 60 truck will start in the number 15th position, followed by Stefan Brunel.
Ross Cato roll off 17th, and Chris Secois will roll off 18th.
TJ Woodward rolls off 19th, and Marcelo Almeida rolls off 20th.
BJ Tidrick, our second in points, to start in 21st in the field, followed by, we don't have laps put down for Mike Arnn, Ronald Henry, and Arthur Hermont.
24 trucks will take the green flag here at Kansas Speedway. And we don't know how many yet will end on at the checkered. 85 laps here tonight at this one. Very smooth track here at Kansas Speedway. And we should see some extremely fast times. Let's talk about the front row. Getting word right now, my producer's telling me that he's going to go with Rick Donathan, so a good choice there. Donathan rolls off 9th. Front row, Dylan Brockwell. This guy is looking for 3 in a row. He wants to get 5 in a row to match his mentor, Dave Washington, who did it in the Cup Series last season. Carl Brown, who rolls off 2nd on his outside. This is one of his best runs so far in the Truck Series in his history here at Noble Motorsport. It'd be great for him to have the top 5 finish tonight at the end of this one. Brian Terry, he sits 3rd. He's got 1 win. Jade Williams, 4th. He's got 1 win. Trevor Smith, points leader, rounds out the top 5. They line them up 2 by 2 by 2 as the pace car pulls down on the pit road. Brockwell's looking for 3 here at Kansas Speedway. Bunched up the start right there was did Brockwell. He's got the lead heading down into corner number 1. But here comes Brian Terry already trying to work the inside. Terry's trying to make it happen on the inside. He's going to clear him in 1 and 2 by a chuckling. Brian Terry takes the lead on the back straightaway.
Trevor Smith trying to follow him up, trying to get down there under Dylan Brockwell.
Brockwell losing many positions already in lap 1. He started first. He may go back to 4th and then 3 wide behind him. Look out, no, we're going to have a big crash. Truck spinning. It's Kevin Ford, and we pile him up on the front straightaway. Kessler involved and many others. Chaos.
There's just not enough room to be, I mean, there's plenty of room to go 3 wide, but not coming out of these corners. These corners get very tight on the exit, so you really got to pay attention to who's around you.
This track has a wicked bottleneck type deal if you don't let off the throttle on the inside.
So, this is Kevin Ford. Look like he just comes up just ever so slightly, which is enough to cause havoc on Mike Whitehead. And then I thought it was only going to be Ford that had the problems, but then Williams was trying to save it, and Ford kind of rolled back up the track, slid back up the track, I should say, into Joel Boldrin. Kessler was there, and a few others. Wallace Boyce, I saw, got a piece of it. Brian Neff. Neff actually avoided all of that. He might have got a little piece of it.
That took our points leader, Trevor Smith, from 5th. He's sitting 2nd now.
Yep, and Wow. Calamity on lap 1 here at Kansas Speedway. As we get them line back up, we're gonna get to try it again. But Brian Terry on that restart. We look at the replay, Neff just narrowly missing that. That puts Neff 7th. And he actually rolled off 15th. Rick Donathan rolled off 9th. That puts him up to 6th. Scott Wallace 5th. Carl Brown, he drops back to 4th. He got stuck behind Dylan Brockwell, who is now sitting 3rd. And Brian Terry just on the move early on here at Kansas Speedway in the lead as we sit.
That's one thing I forgot to mention before the start of this race. This track, if you stay on the inside on these restarts, you can get a wicked power move on everybody, but you can wear out your tires very fast.
Yeah, but you also got to work that high line, which also can be pretty dangerous. As I've done a couple races, actually my last Sunday race, running that high line, your car, I noticed, wants to really step out on you, and taking your tire choices, it really wants to tighten up on you. So tire choice, a big factor here. As in my book, I'd probably take 4 when they come in.
I want to thank all you viewers for tuning in with us here tonight at Kansas Speedway Live here at Noble Network 1. We hope you continue to come back and watch all of our live races. We have a Monday, Tuesday, a live radio show Wednesday, and the Cup Series, which is Thursday. We'll talk all about those later in the race, and we also have a few events that is broadcasted every other Sunday right here on Noble Network 1. Pace lights out on the pace car as we get set for the restart. Restart number 1. And Brian Terry's going to lead them down to the green flag. The front row just kind of shifted back a row. Dylan Brockwell and Carl Brown on row number 2. Pace cars in. Does Terry stack them up? No, he gets in the gas. A little spin of the tires, but he's green here on lap number 5.
Excellent restart for Terry there, but Brock going to try and follow him through for second.
Yeah, really watch out for those 2 competition diecast trucks to really work well with each other. As Rick Donathan, as I like to call him, Ricky Bobby, is really one of those consistent drivers that's always up towards the front. So watch out for him, and as well as Carl Brown.
Wallace Boyce is the lap traffic on the low side. Watch out, that may get a little bit interesting as we head back to the field for the lead. Brockwell kind of looking low. Now he's pushing Brian Terry down the front straightaway. This is for the lead on lap 6.
It's going to make Brian very loose down in turn 1 there. See if he can keep her off the wall.
Looking good so far. Look at Carl Brown. He's making a move to the inside. He gets bumped though. Carl Brown is down on the apron. He can't drive down there in the corner. He's got to come up. He's going to lose a few positions. Not many though. Maybe only 1 or 2 as he tries to regroup, exiting 4.
Looks like some heavy damage there on the front of Rick Donathan, but looks like he's able to keep up pretty well.
Oh, look out. Dylan Brockwell almost slid it up into the wall there. Brian Terry got a little bit loose off of 2 as well. Top 3 are tail to nose as they work the rim here at Kansas Speedway. Back behind them, though, it's Stephen Wallace battling with Carl Brown. That's for 4th. Brown working the outside. Wallace trying to work the inside. Brown's going to get to the wall. He might have kept out of it. Look at the run he gets off of corner number 2. He's going to be able to clear Wallace down the back straightaway. Wallace is going to slide up. Wallace back to 4th. Wallace back to 5th. Brown back up to 4th. And look at Brown close the gap to the top 3 in the middle of 3.
That draft he got down the backstretch really sucked him right up to the back of Trevor Smith.
I got an excellent jump off of turn 4 there. As looks like Rick Donathan's side by side now with the 66 for that 5th position.
Oh, Smith at the wall. That's going to allow Brown to possibly get another position here. Remember last time he tried to pass Trevor Smith, he got a little bit too high on the exit of 2 and actually got into the back of him, which sent Brown almost spinning to the infield. We'll have to see what he does this time. Dylan Brockwell, now he's back on the bumper. He's pushing Terry again in the corner number 1.
Looks to me like Brockwell's just trying to rattle the cage of Terry there a little bit.
If anything, it looks like he'd be working with him, trying to get a break away from the pack. As Terry gets into the wall, coming off 4, it looks like Brockwell's going to take advantage of that, cutting underneath him.
Brown was in the wall as well. Battle for the lead. Brockwell dives it way down deep. Does he pull a slide job off the 4? Not going to need to because he has the advantage. And Dylan Brockwell goes to the lead with Trevor Smith in tow behind him on the inside of Terry. That's for second. And at the line, it was only, it was a tie for the second position.
Very easy to get any part of the car into the wall and have it be stuck up there until out of the corner.
I'm more with Trevor Smith. Oh my goodness, Carl Brown had a real run going down the back straightaway. He was looking to go high, but had to go low at the very last moment. Brown slides up the track in front of Trevor Smith, and now Carl Brown has made his way back to 3rd. Things starting to slow down a little bit up front. Back behind them, though, we have a pack of 3. Oh, Dylan! Oh, my goodness! Rick Donovan and Carl Brown, both the competition diecast trucks, got into the wall off of corner number 2, and Brown just cannot catch a break here in Kansas.
Looks like Brown is probably hoping for that first caution to try and get in there, get the truck repaired, get back out racing.
And there is the caution. Caution is out. Not sure exactly what happened. Kevin Carr, actually upside down on the back straightaway. He got into the guy who was battling for the lead in points, BJ Tidrick, and Carr had a wild ride down the back straightaway. He's okay, though. Looks like they're going to get that damage fixed on his machine.
Looks like Andy Kessler barely made it by that wreck.
Kessler was involved in the first one, and pit road is open this time by, and the parade down, no. Oh my goodness, Dylan Brockwell is around in the tri-oval grass, and he's gonna try and make it back up. Look out, that's not safe. This is huge. He's already back to 13th now. He just crossed the line. Now what does he do? Does he still come in and pit, or does he stay out? He's gonna pit. Still a long way to make your way back up to the field. And it looks like Brian Terry got into him there. Not sure if it was deliberate or not, but
it looked like Brockwell looked like he was trying to get to that outside lane, and just that was occupied.
And Terry was there, and Terry didn't let up. Terry had all the right in the world to keep his foot in it. That's for position, and that's what'll happen.
There was a couple guys that stayed out. The Wallace guys. We had Wallace Boyce in the 28, and Scott Wallace in the 66 stay out.
Trevor Smith looks like we'll get second position here. Brian Terry will be third. Carl Brown fourth. Dylan Brockwell, he rebounds for fifth. As we get set for the restart, this is, Ben, you gotta wonder, not taking any tires there.
This track here, if you can run the outside well enough, you will not use your tires all that much. What he's probably hoping for is get a couple more cautions here, maybe take 2 tires down near the end, keep out there with track position. It's easier to pass a car on pit road than it is on the track here.
Certainly is, and as we get set, getting set for the restart, I should say. Once again, I want to thank you for joining us here at NobleNetwork1.com for the live broadcast of the Wiley X Truck Series here at Kanas Speedway. You can catch the PowerTech Power Solutions Nationwide Series live on Monday nights, which my guest Dylan Lee or my commentator, I should say, Dylan Lee and Ben Nile both race in. The Wiley X Trucks on Tuesday, of course. The Noble Radio Show tomorrow night, Wednesday night, which I will be the host of for this week and this week only. So a limited edition Noble Radio this Wednesday. So you definitely want to tune in for that. Dylan Lee will be co-hosting it with me. Not sure who's doing the producing just quite yet. I think it's Carl Brown, though. That's going to be fun. And then, of course, Thursday, the RC.net Sprint Cup Series. They return to New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the flat 1 mile speedway in the Northeast up there. That's going to be a good one as well. It's Thursday night and Sunday nights, like I said earlier. A few broadcasts of the competition diecast here and there. Lights out on the iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Scott Wallace, old tires, leads them back to the green flag.
The best Wallace can hope for here is get a good jump on the restart and hope them guys wreck each other behind him, or he gets a quick caution.
Top 10 before we go green. Wallace, Smith, Terry, Brown, Brockwell, Whitehead, Neff, Sturgeon, Jonathan, and Williams as we stack them up 2 by 2. Pace car in. Does Wallace have enough tread on his tires to stay up? He's hitting the gas. He's away by a car length now at the start-finish line, but here we go. Dylan Brockwell is trying to push Brian Terry down into corner number 1.
Side by side through 1 and 2. Looks like Terry's going to try and do a power move down here. Wow, what a power move. It's now almost 3 wide with Brockwell.
And Terry used Wallace as a pick. Terry used Wallace as a pick. Carl Brown's on the wall for the 5th time, maybe 6th tonight. And they're going to try and squeeze it 3 wide. No, they keep it 2 wide, but Wallace is really bunching up the field, and Brian Terry's trying to set sail.
A little update on Carl Brown. I hear him over the radio. He's saying he's having a really hard time in the traffic with the draft, and he's really having to fight the car out of the corners.
Looking back from Scott Wallace, you can see the immense pressure he's getting from Cheddar Smith. Now Smith dives it down to the bottom. He's had enough of riding behind him. He's going to clear him in 1 and 4, I should say. Brockwell also looks slow. Now it's the 2 opponent machines side by side. Whitehead and Neff. Neff actually scrapes the wall into corner number 1. Oh, truck at the wall in the back. That was Ronald Henry.
He got to it before me.
No caution. No, we stay green. That's a good thing. Oh no, another truck in the wall. It's a competition diecast truck. It's Carl Brown. My goodness, and he falls back to 13th this time. Wallace in the wall. Scott Wallace is into the wall, and look out, it's going to cause a crash down the back straightaway. They spin to the inside and make contact with the inside wall. Oh my goodness. Jade Williams involved for the 2nd time tonight. Looked like TJ Woodward might have got a piece of that. And Woodward got a small piece of it. The other truck involved was Brent Sturgeon in the 77. And guys, that's a product. You have to run high here to be fast. That's just a product of running high and running actually a little bit too high, getting up into the marbles and just getting into the wall and losing control of the truck. As we are under caution yet again here at Kanas Motor Speedway Working our way quickly, though, through the laps tonight. 21 down, already a fourth of the way through this race. Nobody's going to pit this time except for those with the damage. And maybe some at the back of the pack. I want to thank you for tuning in with us here at NobleNetwork1.com. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back for the green flag.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall, where my grandson asked me, "Did you really do all that?"
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
This broadcast is brought to you by WileyX.com. WileyX.com is the official sponsor of the Noble Wiley X Truck Series, and in what you're seeing tonight, they have all your sunglass needs, from tactical, motorcycle, racing, outdoors, and safety. They even have prescription lenses too, so choose Wiley X to keep the sun and debris out of your eyes. You can find them at WileyX.com. Sandbass.com and Sandbass Galleries is the place to go if you want quality workmanship. Sam is the first official artist for NASCAR. You can call him at 1-800-556-5464 or visit his website at sandbass.com. I also want to give a big shout out to NASCAR Hall of Fame. You can do it all at the Hall, and you can like them on Facebook. Just search NASCAR Hall. You can follow them on Twitter. Search at NASCAR Hall. RSeat.net is the official sponsor of the RSeat.net Cup Series here at Noble Motorsport. They have all your sim racing needs when it comes to comfort, seats to monitor stands. They have it all at RSeat.net. PowerTech Power Solutions is the official sponsor of the PowerTech Power Solutions Nationwide Series here at Noble Motorsport. They cover Southern Connecticut, parts of New York, and New Jersey. Sales, parts, and service. They're your ones to call if the power goes out. The iRacing.com Ford Mustang pace car. Lights are off on it. That means we're going racing here next time by here at Kanas Speedway. All right, now we got one set of plugs out of the way. We get set for the restart. Whew! All right, breath caught. Got a corn dog in hand, getting set for the restart. Top 5 before we go back. Green has Terry atop the point. Trevor Smith, who is outside. Dylan Brockwell, who's brake checking the field. He sits 3rd. Brian Neff has made his way up to 4th, and knocking on the door is Sam's pick tonight, Rick Donovan. We'll line them up. Carl Brown restarts on the inside of row number 5. Pace car down into the pits. Terry's in control of the field. He fires, and we're racing again here at Kansas.
Excellent jump by Terry on that restart, but Brockwell, he's really good on these restarts. He really doesn't let anybody get away from him as he slips up into 2nd.
Brockwell goes to 2nd. Look at the team opponent trucks right behind them. They're rounding out the top 5 as of now, 4th and 5th with Neff and Whitehead. And look at Donovan trying to work the inside line off of corner number 4. He might get it nose in on Whitehead, and he does.
That's going to hurt him more than help him down here in turn 1 and 2, though.
Yeah, that bottom line is really hard to get out of the corner. Coming out of turn 2, you really want to be on that high side. So it looks like 56 gets up into the wall. Let's Rick Donovan get by him.
Donovan makes his way into the top 5. Terry got loose. Brockwell put the bumper on the back straightaway. Rick Donovan still trying to work that inside. He might actually clear Neff. Down there in 3 and 4 as we go 3 wide behind them. No, they single it 2 by 2.
Excellent racing all throughout the field here. Everybody's starting to give way.
Look at the 23 Ross Cato. Whoa, Carl Brown. That was a short track slide job if I've seen one. And it really punched the field up right there. My goodness, I was just about to mention the run. He was getting off of corner number 2. Cato was in the Cup Series race this past Thursday night. Had a great finish and a great run at Chicago, and he definitely knows how to wheel a stock car around a 1.5-mile speedway. Looking down from the Noble Network 1 chopper. Look at Cato getting that run on the high side. He's going to get a real good run off of 2, and he loses a little bit there. He gets sideways a little bit. He's going to try and take 6th position over from Carl Brown, who has worked his way up. Battle for 2nd position. Trevor Smith on the inside. Now he's looking for the lead. Oh, Terry's in the wall. 3 wide for the lead. Terry cuts across his nose. Terry slides to the grass, and he's going to come back up into traffic. We're going to have a big one. Oh, my goodness. Everybody avoided him, but Stefan Brunel gets into the wall.
Wow, excellent avoiding that wreck there.
Holy cow.
It looks like Terry went to go block, and it looks like it pushed Trevor down below the white line. I'm not sure if that's going to be taking any action, but Trevor nearly hit back right back into Terry.
I don't know if that was so much blocking as if Terry got up into the wall, and then I think Brockwell squeezed on the outside. It kind of scared him, and then Terry just, I think he was still trying to recuperate from the wall and comes right back across the nose of Smith. Not much damage on either one of the trucks. Terry probably had the most smack at the wall there, but I thought he was about to get creamed when he came back up across the track, and Stefan Brunel really got hard on the brakes and locked him up right in front of Brian Neff, which caused those 2 drivers to go into the wall. See, that was Mike Whitehead. But
looks
other
like we
than
got
that,
everybody coming down pit road now.
yeah, I was just about to mention, other than that, we got the parade down pit road, and we'll have to see. Haven't had any spin outs yet. But as they head to their pit stops, Dylan Brockwell being scored the leader. Terry didn't fall back any positions. He's only back to 2nd. Everybody is down pit road. And let's see if there's any different strategies on this round of pit stops. Everybody looks like they're going for 4. No, Carl Brown takes 2, and he's going to take the lead.
As his teammate Rick Donovan took 4, and the 56 of Mike Whitehead ended up sliding through his pit stall. So that's going to put him back a couple positions as he takes 4 tires as well.
That's definitely going to help Carl in the short run, but on the outside of 1 and 2, that's going to make him extremely loose.
He's really got to pay attention on the exit of that turn 2.
And as we focus on Carl Brown here, we're going to see if we can't dial him up on the radio here in just a moment. Our radio will actually work this time. Carl Brown, big kill crease up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
Carl, you're sitting high and pretty up in the lead, but you've had a few little run-ins with the wall. You've been sideways. You've almost spun out a few times. What's it going to take to stay in the lead?
Clean air. That's why I just got 2 tires this last pit stop to get that clean air. On these restarts, everybody's been fairly ruthless, and get stuck on the outside, and and you got to get blocked in there. So hopefully, with me starting first, I can get out there, get that clean air, and just run off.
Sounds great, Carl. We got you as a pick. Hopefully that's not a jinx. Hey, you got some strong trucks behind you. Hopefully we can talk to you in victory lane.
10-4. Hopefully I'll be there.
Carl Brown, driver of the competition diecast 41 Chevrolet Silverado, as we get set for the restart. Carl's not a guy that gets excited much, or at least if he does, you can't never tell it in his voice, so I can't tell if he's excited to be in the lead or if it's just another day in Carl's book.
I can pretty much guarantee he's excited, but he knows that the job is not done yet, so he's one of those guys that doesn't veer off of being focused very easily.
I'm sure he's quite nervous too after taking them 2 tires. I know it's going to make him extremely loose in the short run, but it will help him out, tighten it up on the long run.
So we'll see how the 2 tires work out for him. Field's starting to double up. Lights are out on the pace car. That means we're going to go green flag, and we're slowly approaching the halfway point here at Kanas Speedway. Once again, we want to thank all you for joining us here on Noble Network 1. Before we go green, let's take a look at the PowerTech Power Solutions top 5 as they run right now, or as they were scored for the restart. Carl Brown has the lead over Brian Terry. No, that's Dylan Brockwell is second. Brian Terry sits third. Trevor Smith is fourth. And Kevin Ford, who had some mishaps in the beginning of the race, he's made his way back to fifth. That was brought to you by PowerTech Power Solutions. They cover Southern Connecticut, parts of New York and New Jersey, sales, parts, and service. They're the ones to call if your power goes out. Power is up and running here at Kanas Speedway tonight. Pace cars down pit road. Carl Brown's going to lead him back to the green flag for possibly his first time in his No Bull career. He's in the gas, and we're racing at Dylan Brockwell. Brian Terry already making contact on the inside.
Like Carl said, these guys are getting ruthless here on these restarts. They know it's the easiest time to pass someone on the track.
Terry trying to work that bottom groove. We've seen him get a huge run in laps past, but he's still going to be side by side with Brockwell down the back straightaway. Terry's going to try and work the inside in 3 and 4 as Carl Brown's going to lead him to the front stretch.
And one driver that I've been watching is Rick Donathan, starting to work the back bumper of the 32 there. He took 4 tires on that last restart, so really watch him as he really knows how to work that low line.
That's for fifth. Ford gets a little sideways in front of him, it looks like. Donathan had to check up a little bit. Car on the wall. It's Smith ahead. And here we go for the lead. Dylan Brockwell on the inside of Carl Brown. Can he clear him in 3 and 4? Or does Carl Brown fight back on the outside? It's going to be hard. Can he pull a slide job? He does. Here comes Brown with a kill crease crossover down the front stretch.
Now he's got to really fight to get back by Brockwell here in 1 and 2.
His strategy might have been to slide up in front of him, but Brockwell had the advantage on the outside. Brown's going to try and slide up. There's a 2 truck length gap on the high side if he wants it, but he's not going to give up. Brown still looking for the lead in 3 and 4.
2 by 2 for them first 2 rows there.
Carl Brown, his teammate Rick Donathan's been helping him out on the bottom, and he shuts the door on Terry. My goodness, Carl Brown. He has pulled some slide jobs tonight.
Gave a huge run for that 17 of Smith to get up into 3rd place.
And Kevin Ford, season opener winner here in the Truck Series. He sits 5th right now. He's starting to get the mix of things as well. Terry tries to look back low. No, not going to get it. Oh, Ford had to get out of the throttle there. Had to get the brakes. Donovan had to check up. And Dylan Brockwell leads here at Kansas.
Terry's got a huge run in turn 3 here.
looking out of the rear of Trevor Smith. You can see them side by side behind them. That's for 5th between Rick Donathan and Kevin Ford. Donathan not going to take it down the front stretch. He'll try again. Back behind these guys.
Let's see, Brent Sturgeon and who else we got? Andrew Kessler side by side.
Battle for second up here.
Back to the front. We'll get back to them in just a second. Here we go. Trevor Smith is on the inside of Carl Brown. Smith now is going to try and clear Brown down in 1-2 and put the chase on Brockwell. He's got him cleared. He's going to pull the slide job. Here comes Brown with a kill crease crossover. He turns him. He turns him. Trevor Smith is going to save it. And it stacks up the field. They're going to go 3 wide into 3.
An impressive piece of driving by Smith there.
Look out, there's still going to be 3 wide. Donathan's in the middle. They let it go back 2 wide, and it's 2 by 2. Looks like pack racing at Talladega.
Yeah, Carl Brown having that little check up there, you're thinking the 2 tires are starting to wear out on him pretty quick.
Most definitely for 3rd. Brian Terry looking for the inside of Kevin Ford. Terry is really shining so far this season as far as the trucks go. He clears him in 3 and 4. Ford, that thought was going to try a crossover on the front stretch, did not. BJ Tidrick, the guy who's battling for the points lead, has made his way to 7th. Oh, Ronald Henry, he's in the wall off of corner number 2. These guys are really getting crazy back here.
Well, we're just getting past halfway here, Ben. These guys getting ready to finish up their final pit stops and head to the end.
Whew. So, into corner number 1, BJ Tidrick is right there with points leader Trevor Smith trying to squeeze on the outside of Kevin Ford. That was about as close as it could get.
These guys are driving this wide track almost like a short track, almost beating and banging every single corner.
Well, with it coming out to a one-line track, how it funnels down off of the corners, I mean, sometimes you really don't have a choice, especially with the tire wear here. It really only wants to run that high line.
Next time by, we'll see 40 to go at the line here at Kansas. Dylan Brockwell has a commanding lead over Carl Brown, who sits 2.5 seconds back. These guys are really going to need a caution if they want to catch back up with Brockwell.
You see Brian Terry got up into the wall a little bit. Looks like Carl Brown's slowed down the backstretch.
There was a few trucks in the wall down the back straightaway. Neff was one of them, and I'll see how he kept that truck straight. Now the opponent where's going to sandwich Cato off of corner number 4, and that might get tight. It does in Whitehead. He pulls the same move, and the teammates take each other out. And Brian Neff was hard in the wall. Flies on the air, a big crash.
Andy Kessler hard into Mike Whitehead.
Oh my goodness, and TJ Woodward was involved as well. And there's the caution we were talking about.
We knew these guys were getting really tight. Something was going to have to give there.
Looks like Whitehead.
Whitehead just ran out of room, it looked like. He just pushed up the track.
On board with Andy Kessler for that replay there. And Whitehead was, Whitehead was involved in the first 3 wide mistake in the exact same spot. The initial crash brought the first caution out, except for he was the guy in the middle, and Kevin Ford came up on him. So Whitehead knows what it's like to go 3 wide off of 4. He's got a taste of it twice so far here tonight at Kanas Speedway.
See, it looks like to me, Ben, he might have got either a little loose or might have got some miscommunication here from the spotter.
There's everybody else coming down pit road. What do you think Carl Brown's going to do? You think he's going to go for 2 again this time?
Oh, I think he's definitely got to take 4 this time. Got to take 4. You can tell the truck's wore out. The tires are wore out. He's got to take 4 tires this time. I think he only took 2 last time to get some track position, but he's there now. So, and he's going to go ahead and take 4. Carl Brown, 4-tire pit stop along with everybody else. Brockwell's going to win the race off. Brown's got to get in the gas, and he's going to let Terry beat him.
I think Terry might have got speed in there.
That might end up working out in Brown's advantage there. He's now got the inside of that second row.
Sorry to cut you off there, Dylan Ronald Henry. I don't know if it was to do with the pit stops or not, but he is sitting sideways in his pit box. He got a bumper from BJ Tedrick. Ronald Henry in the 75 gets the bumper from BJ Tedrick on that round of pit stops. These guys were really racing hard on the track, and BJ Tedrick's racing for the championship, and they get into each other right there on the pit road. My goodness. We have seen the action tonight here at Kansas. Stefan Brunel gets to wave around here. And guys, out of the 23 trucks that took the green flag, 19 are still on the lead lap. And the only truck out of the race is Jade Williams.
Yeah, this is really a good race out here for the trucks. It should be getting even a little closer. Don't know if we'll have a long green flag run here or if it'll be just a wreck fest here to the end.
They still have about 37 laps to go, so they still have plenty of time to get work done up at the front. But for the guys that are in the back, it's go time.
What I was very surprised about is if you can run a cycle here between 2 and 4 tire pit stops, you can take 2 on this last stop and get up there towards the front. I'm not sure why a lot of these guys in the back didn't do that.
That's probably what you were talking about earlier, as you get really tight on the coming through 1 and 2.
I don't know if he's got a mic on him or not, but we want to welcome Sean Medling, who's just been quietly sitting up here in the booth with us tonight, not racing in the trucks tonight. He wanted to see how the, how did he phrase it, how the half-life lives, or how the other half lives, something like that. And he's definitely seeing it tonight. So, Sean, we thank you for joining us up here in the booth. He's just staying quiet, just enjoying the view on the broadcast booth.
Yeah, sitting over there throwing pebbles at me.
He's following instructions.
As we get set for the restart, let's get a quick plug-in for WileyX.com. They have all your sunglass needs from tactical motorcycle racing, outdoors, and safety. They even have prescription lenses too. So choose WileyX.com to keep the sun and debris out of your eyes. That's WileyX.com, and you can like them on Facebook at WX Shop. If you want to hear a fancy plug like that for your business, just contact NobleNetwork1.com, and we'll get you one for the broadcast.
Looks like Kevin Ford and Jonathan start side by side there, back in 5th and 6th again.
Dylan Brockwell, Brian Terry leads them to the green flag. We're racing again here at Kanas Speedway. Carl Brown sits 4th. Trevor Smith is 5th, and there's a battle. Smith is 4th, and the battle's for 5th between Donovan and Ford as they race off of corner number 2. Up front though, for the lead, Terry has a splitter. Now he has a bumper, fender, half a truck, a whole truck on the inside of Dylan Brockwell. 2 by 2 up front.
Terry's going to hope to get him cleared down here through the front stretch so he can get to that high side through 1 and 2.
Oh, it's going to be close. I don't think he's going to be able to do it though. Oh, Brown almost got the back of Brockwell, and Brown's going to suffer from it. He gets into the wall. Terry's really going to put the pinch on Brockwell down the back straightaway, and Brockwell takes the lead with Terry in jeopardy of losing second to Trevor Smith, who's now working the outside.
That outside lane is very fast around here if you know how to run it.
Rick Donathan ended up getting around Ford there, moving in up into the 5th position, right behind Carl Brown.
2 competition die-cast trucks, tail to nose. Whoa! Terry and Ford make contact again. Brown goes into the wall. We got a crash down the back straightaway. No, they keep it straight. Donathan is slow. Brown is slow. Can everybody make it by? They do.
What another impressive piece of driving.
My goodness.
Great job by all these guys ended up getting that sorted out really quick.
That was almost big. Joe Boldrin trying to crack his way into the top 5 as Cato looks to the inside of Brown for 5th. Boldrin having one of his best runs so far this season. Rick Donathan slow on the track. He's real slow. There's something wrong with Donathan. Something is wrong with Rick Donathan.
I think Rick might have blown a motor and might have had too much damage there.
Yep, he came to a stop on the infield there.
Meanwhile, up front, we've got a battle heating up for the lead. It's between points leader Trevor Smith and the guy who's going for 3 in a row, Dylan Brockwell. Smith, I thought he was going to look low that time, decides to stay high, and look out, didn't have the best 1 and 2 there. He's going to have to gain some advantage back on Brockwell again here as Terry tries to regain from the little bump a few laps ago. Terry sits 3rd, Kevin Ford is 4th, and the battle is from 5th on back where they're side by side tail to nose. Smith has a run down the front stretch, not going to be able to do anything with it though. Down in 1 and 2, he might have something on the back straightaway. No, checks up in the middle. Lap traffic is ahead. That's Ronald Henry and Mike Whitehead. These guys are real slow. Whitehead's going to go low. He keeps it low down in 3 and 4. Ronald Henry's slow as well. Where's he going to go? Or does Trevor Smith try and use him as a pick?
Looks to me like Ronald will probably stay low, so there's going to be no picking here.
He actually got on the apron down there in 1. That would upset the truck. That scared me for a second. As Brian Terry starting to work his way back up to the rear bumper of Trevor Smith. We're going to have a 3-truck battle for the lead here within the next few laps.
Brian Terry hoping to catch up to that draft there. If he can, he's going to suck right up to these guys.
Update on Rick Donathan, and ended up getting too much damage on that last check up there when Carl Brown got up into the wall. I got word over the radio that Terry might have gotten into Carl Brown, putting them both in the wall. So Rick Donathan not too happy about that, and be coming back strong for the next race.
.59 complete. We set work on 60. That means next time by it'll be 25 to go. Here at the 1.5 miler, Kanas Speedway.
Don't you mean 25 laps to go there, Ben?
We looking back from Dylan Brockwell. We still wonder if these guys have to pit. I don't know. It's going to be close. They should have to.
Last I heard, the longest fuel run you could get was about 25, 26 laps. So if that's true, they're almost inside their pit window here.
That they are, so... Oh my, might get interesting here when we start having to do some pit stops, if we have to do them under green flag. BJ Tidrick and Dujol Boldrin going to go at it for the 9th position down in 3 and 4. Boldrin, he's been trying to work that low side this whole race. So far it's been pretty good for him.
It looks like Terry's starting to reel in the back bumper of Smith there, ever so slowly.
And while Terry reels in Smith, though, Smith is losing ground to the rear bumper of Brockwell. And Brockwell's starting to run away with it here in the trucks yet again at Kansas. Might have a battle heating up for 4th between Brent Sturgeon and Kevin Ford for the next few laps.
It'll definitely be very, very interesting on pit stops here, man. These drivers are averaging over 170 miles an hour a lap, so the slow pit speed here will make it interesting to see 2, 4, or no tires.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the strategy.
My best guess, can't talk. My best guess so far, I'm probably thinking that the front runners are probably going to take 2.
We'll have to wait and see, as they're still swapping positions back here around the 7th and 8th position. But I want to talk about the No Bull Radio Show tomorrow. I'll be the host, Dylan Lee, co-hosting it with me. It's going to be fun tomorrow night here on No Bull Network 1 for the No Bull Radio Show. Same time as usual, but we got to cut a little bit short due to my admin rights in the West Pro Series late models, but still going to have fun tomorrow. Going to talk about this race, nationwide race. We'll preview New Hampshire and some other nonsense tomorrow.
It looks like Smith is starting to close the gap a little bit on Brockwell. Really closes the gap out of turn 4 this time.
Got a good battle at the back of the pack between, it's not actually for position, but they are battling it out. TJ Woodward, who's his 13th, side by side with Stefan Brunel. Brunel's actually going to clear him down in 1 and 2. Brunel is 2 laps down here at Kanas Speedway, trying to work his way back onto the lead lap and trying to pick up some position spots. Got one truck slow down there on the apron. That's Ross Cato. We have pit stops beginning to occur.
Like we said, it's about 25 laps to a pit run here. It's going to be very interesting to see who pits early and who pits late.
Cato only going to take 2 tires on the pit stop as Dylan. Before we actually have to pit here, I want to apologize for that. As we got to wonder when these leaders are actually going to start coming down onto the pit road. We know we can make it from now on. Cato began the pit round. Let's see who takes up second.
It sounds getting Dylan Brockwell, the number 20 car, is pitting along with the number 60 Brian Neff are also coming in, and Trevor Smith, sorry.
That's going to leave only Brian Terry out there.
Up on the entrance, and there you see Trevor close the gap on the pit road entrance. As we look to see what the leaders do on pit road, Brian Terry takes the lead. Whoa! Smith all sorts of sideways into his box there. But
Brian Terry going to stay out once again this lap. No, he's coming in. He's coming in.
2 tires for Smith, 2 for Brockwell, and it's a drag race on pit road. And look out, there's a lap car, that's Brian Neff. They got to work their way around. Can't make their way onto the racetrack until the back straightaway. It's a drag race on the apron here at Kansas, and Smith gets a big run. No, Brockwell starts to pull away a little bit. Smith can actually blow.
As that goes on, we got a three-way battle for the lead between Carl Brown, Boldrin, and Mike Arn.
These guys still do have to pit, though. It is a battle
Brian
for the
Terry
lead,
just taking a splash and go here for the final pit stop. Maybe he's trying to get out there a large lead and just hold on to it.
Oh, my. Carl Brown continues to lead here. And Boldrin was scored second that lap with Mike Arn third.
Brian Terry almost spinning out off pit road.
That was close.
Sounds like we have leaders coming down this time by radio.
Here comes Brown. Ooh, Boldrin almost took the quarter panel off, and Dual Joel Boldrin is going to lead here at Noble Motorsport. Boldrin has the lead, no pressure behind that guy who's passing him on the outside. That's he's a lap down. That's Sturgeon. Looks like Boldrin's actually going to lead the field down on the pit road, or not say that. He's going to actually pit this time and give up the lead. That's what I was trying to say. And here he comes. Got to be careful not to speed. He gets it slowed down to 55 miles per hour. That was an expert pit entrance.
Doesn't look like it's going to help him very much, because here comes Dylan Brockwell and Trevor Smith coming very fast up behind.
And once everything cycles around, this will be for the lead here in Kansas. Running on board with Trevor Smith in the middle, 1 and 2. He had a chance to put the bumper, did not. Back straight away. He's about 3 feet off the rear bumper of Dylan Brockwell. These guys are going to battle it out for the win here at Kansas. I do believe you see Scott Wallace diving out of the apron. Here comes Smith looking low for the lead.
That might hurt him down here in turns 1 and 2.
Oh, at the line, it was only Brockwell by 4 1/1000ths of a second. Smith has it now. Now it goes back to Brockwell with the run on the outside. Brockwell leads by a car length. Now 2, 3, 4, and Trevor Smith is losing time to him. At the start-finish line, 10 laps to go, and let's look at the PowerTech Power Solutions top 5 here as they run after the pit stops at Kanas Speedway. Dylan Brockwell is your leader with Trevor Smith rim riding almost into the wall right there. He sits second. Terry is third. PJ Tedrick is fourth, and Britt Sturgeon is fifth.
Right now, it looks like Smith is doing nothing but trying to fish in Brockwell there for these last couple of laps and hope for a mistake.
And you gotta wonder, Smith has been riding behind Brockwell for quite some time right now. He knows his line around this track. Is he gonna be able to use that knowledge to his advantage if it comes down to making a last lap pass?
He very well could. He could try and do a slide job off of 1 and 2, or he could try and get on the outside of 3 and 4 and have the outside in 1 and 2.
Have to wait and see. 8 to go here in this one. These guys went so close to the wall here at Kanas Speedway. Almost reminds me of Darlington Raceway.
That's almost what it's becoming here with this outside line.
Yeah. We head to the front straightaway, 7 to go.
It looks like we have a battle back here with Brent Sturgeon and BJ Chidrick for 4th place as Sturgeon gets to that inside line off turn 4, and they're side by side coming across the line.
Sturgeon scored
like
4th.
Sturgeon's going to take that lap.
0.003 of a second separated him, and he's going to clear him down in 1 and 2. Pulls the slide job. Chidrick. Am I going to get to say it again? I am. Kill Crease crossover on the back straightaway.
You know, one of these times, Ben, we're going to have to explain what a Kill Crease crossover really is.
Well, everybody else views it as a Kill Crease crash, so.
Yeah, there's multiple reputations, I guess you could say.
That lap, Trevor Smith and Dylan Brockwell are only 0.008 of a second difference in lap time.
And yeah, these guys are there. Lap traffic, the leaders at the line. It's 5 laps to go here in Kansas. That's Marcelo Almeida and Ronald Henry, the 2 lap trucks ahead. Oh, Smith is in the wall. He gives it up. I don't think he has enough time to catch him now.
He definitely has enough time here, especially with this draft.
Well, anything can happen. Brockwell can get into the wall as well as anybody else can, so it's still too early to call.
4 to go. Our producer is gyro cramming Smith as we ride on the gyro cam with Trevor Smith. He's got some work to do if he wants anything to do with this one. He's about 10 truck lengths back. He's got to wish that Brockwell makes a small mistake, but the way Brockwell drives, I don't think we'll see that. 3 to go.
Especially Washington coaching him out right now to be very smooth and hit his line each time.
I'm starting to think that Washington is his secret weapon.
Trevor Smith on the wall again, and if he didn't give it up the first time, it's done now. He's got to, Brockwell's got to make a mistake for Smith to be able to catch him. Popsicle sticks at the flag stands. It's 2 laps to go here in Kansas. Trevor Smith really running hard to try and catch Brockwell. Brockwell just as smooth as could be around this 1.5 mile speedway. Dylan Brockwell will get the white flag, and he has begun the last lap at Kansas.
What an excellent race run by this young man.
Got to make it 1.5 miles clean, and he will head to victory lane 3 times in a row back straight away. He's clean so far. Half a track to go for Dylan Brockwell. Trevor Smith not going to have anything through him, and through 3 and 4, Dylan Brockwell. He's going to make it 3 in a row, close to the 5 in a row. Brockwell's going to win in Kansas. You got to go way back to 3rd, and there's a battle for it between Sturgeon and Terry. Who's going to get it to the line? It's going to be Brian Terry securing 3rd position, but not by much.
We all forgot about that race back there.
And what a great race here at Kanas Speedway. And guys, I think that's what we thought it would shape out to be. Had some action, had a few crashes here and there, had some close racing, and a spectacular race down to the line here tonight. And we'll take a look at our take a look at our picks. Of course, my pick, Dylan Brockwell, he gets it done 3 in a row here in the trucks.
My pick, Carl Brown, had a good run. He fell back a few times, but he ended up working his way back into 7th place position. Not bad for Carl Brown.
My pick there, Brian Terry, coming in 3rd. Too bad he couldn't have got up there and got the win, but great run for Brian.
And Sam's pick.
He's pretty disappointed.
All the way back in 21st position is Rick Donovan. Not only is Sam a little upset about that, but so is Rick himself. We'll talk to your leader right there, Dylan Brockwell, when we return. We'll also talk to the rest of the top 3. You're watching the Wiley X Trucks live on Noble Network 1.
Does a real race car have a center post? Of course not, and neither should your race rig. The R-Seat Evo V3 with its unique design has no center post. The R-Seat Evo replicates what you would be accustomed to in your daily driver or something you may take to the track. It can accommodate drivers from 4'11" up to over 6'6" tall and is pre-drilled for all of the major wheel manufacturers on the market today. When it comes to performance, look no further than the R-Seat Evo V3. Check out the R-Seat Evo and other sim racing equipment by heading to www.rseat.net.
I felt it all at the hall, where it's a cool 33 degrees.
We experienced it all at the hall, where my son became the fastest man ever.
I relived it all at the hall.
That's fine.
Where my grandson asked me, did you really do all that?
Smith is down.
Experience high-octane fun during NASCAR Hall of Fame's Cure for the Common Summer, presented by Coca-Cola.
We're back here at Noble Network 1 for the conclusion of the Wiley X and the post-race show. I'm going to go ahead and send it trackside or on pit road who Ben with let me try that again. I'm going to send it to pit road with Ben Nile, who's caught up with Brian Terry. Ben?
I want to catch your breath up there, Ben. Sounds like you can't talk. I'm down here on pit road with Brian Terry, your 3rd place finisher. Brian, excellent race out there. What would you have to say about it?
The only thing I can say is I wish I didn't break it loose coming off of pit road on that final pit stop. Would have been a little bit of a tighter gap between 2nd and 1st there, but it is what it is. But come home 3rd yet again, really good feeling right now.
Yeah, I saw that off your last pit stop there. That had to stink a little bit. You probably had a shot there at the win, but what do you think going into next week's race?
Well, next week, I'm kind of excited. I totally forgot where we're going again right now. It's kind of like it's escaping my head right now. It's just my heart is still racing right because of that little incident on lap 71, and just still trying to catch my breath here.
Well, go ahead and catch it. Get a drink of water. Anyone would like to thank, and I'll let you go here.
I'd like to thank Wiley X, all our sponsors here at NobleMotorsport.com, PowerTech Power Solutions, NASCAR Hall of Fame, Sandbass Galleries, you guys for putting this on, and everybody for watching.
Promise you that.
All right, that's Brian Terry with your 3rd place finish. Up to you, Dylan, with your 2nd place finisher.
I'm up here with Trevor Smith. Fantastic run, finishing in a strong 2nd place. Did you have anything else for Brockwell if it went a little bit longer?
Maybe. About 10 laps in, I kind of nose pushed into one and touched the wall and lost that little bit of time trying to get back to him. It was just quicksand. I kept touching the wall and lose whatever I'd gain. I was a little bit faster at 3 and 4. I did try it to see if I could get to the line before him. I just wasn't able to get myself back to position to where I could use that move because I was that little bit quicker to 3 and 4. Dylan ran a hell of a race though.
And I noticed there was a lot of trucks getting into the wall coming through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Take us through how the trucks and the track were changing throughout the race.
Well, the track's really technical. To go fast with the winds that we were having, you really got to be up on the high line to keep that momentum, keep those RPMs up, and there's not any room to miscalculate your throttle or any type of control you have over the truck. I mean, you're less than 6 inches away from the wall running that high. Personally, I'm not a fan of running that high. I like the bottom, but no, it was a good race.
Couple more questions here. What do you think going into next week? We head off to Richmond, taking it up from the big tracks down to the little short tracks.
We'll see a different type of group up front, probably. I know there's going to be a lot of strong contenders for that. Me being a rookie in the Noble League this year, I just hope to be up front with those fast guys. You know, I'm chasing Dylan Brockwell right now, but one of these times I'm going to get him.
All right. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank for coming in second here tonight?
I'd really like to thank Noble. You guys put on a hell of a league here. You guys in the broadcast booth, you guys put on a hell of a show. The 3 other guys that I practice with week in and week out that prepare me for the races. And of course, Wiley X for putting on, or sponsoring, I should say, the Truck Series. Thank you guys.
All right, that's the number 17 of Trevor Smith, sitting first in points, second tonight here at Kansas. I'm going to go ahead and set it up to Ben Kilcrease with the leader.
I am down here in Victory Lane with Dylan Brockwell for the 3rd week in a row, and Dylan, your mentor, Dave Washington, he never gets tired of hearing me and talking to me in Victory Lane. I'm starting to get the same feeling. Do you like to be here in Victory Lane, or you like talking to me? Which one is it? Or both?
Little bit of both, sir.
There we go. There we go.
It's always good to be in Victory Lane after a hard night's race. And like you said, Dave Washington is a huge reason why I'm here. So big shout out to him. None of this would be possible without him.
Yeah, I would kill for a coach like Dave Washington. Let's talk about those final 10 or so laps. Pit stops were done, and you were just out on the track, green to the end. How big were the sweat driplets on your forehead, knowing that Trevor Smith was right there on your rear bumper and had a chance of passing you?
He definitely had my attention. I knew that he couldn't get to the right side of my truck. He pretty much wasn't going to get me. The high side prevailed all night long, and that's just where we won the race. We stayed up high where all these other guys were trying to go down low and make up time, and it just didn't work.
Sounds great. Well, Dylan, we head to Richmond International Raceway next week. Are we going to see 4 in a row there?
Hopefully. Richmond is a really good track for me. I think I won it last season, or didn't win it because of technicality or something like that. Another thing, I got to shout out to Ben Nile for the secret qualifying line to get me on the pole also.
Here we go. Dylan, who do you want to thank for this victory here tonight?
Number 1, Dave Washington, as always, does a great job. Sandbass Galleries for sponsoring our team. I'm really, really thrilled at the season we can give him. Noble Motorsports for the awesome league. Y'all in the broadcast booth for an awesome show. And the other guys who race with us week in and week out. They always put on a good show, and it ends up good.
Sounds great. Well, Dylan, we will talk to you next week, hopefully down in Victory Lane again. Thanks for talking with us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That is Dylan Brockwell, your winner here tonight at Kanas Speedway. And, guys, what a race.
Yeah, it was a fantastic job, as always, by every one of these drivers. Had a few mix-ups early on, and they ended up getting that sorted out. And always fun to watch.
Definitely an excellent race out there.
Let's take a look at the finishing results tonight. The final finishing results. These are still unofficial. The official ones will be posted on the Noble Motorsport website. Dylan Brockwell is your winner tonight unofficially. Trevor Smith is second. Brian Terry sits third. Brent Sturgeon fourth. B.J. Tidrick is fifth. Dujon Boldrin, good run for him, sixth. Carl Brown seventh. Wallace Boyce eighth. Ninth is Kevin Ford. 10th. Mike Arn. Ross Cato is 11th. Chris Sarkoy is 12th. 13th belongs to T.J. Woodward. 14th is Kevin Carr. Marcelo Almeida is 15th. Stefan Brunel, 16th. Scott Wallace, 17th. 18th is Brian Neff. Ronald Henry, 19th. 20th is Mike Whitehead, 21st. Disappointing run for Rick Donathan. 22nd is Andy Kessler. 23rd, Jade Williams. And 24th, Arthur Hermont, who did not make it to the green flag. 14 trucks finished on the lead lap tonight. A spectacular race. Can't wait till Richmond next week. Short track up there in Richmond, Virginia. That's my territory there. But until then, Dylan, do you have any final closing statements?
Well, I think we saw a lot of door banging tonight, and it's really going to be interesting to see how it goes into next week when we come into a short track where they're really going to get into it. A lot of talk, and I keep hearing in the background. I'm not going to be naming names and pointing fingers, but just keep your eyes out for next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So tune in.
Should be interesting. We head to the short track. Short track tempers might flare. Ben, first time up here in the booth that I can acknowledge, at least for the trucks. Did you have fun?
It was definitely an experience being up here with you guys. Should probably get a few more snacks up here, though.
Yeah, we'll have to get Andy on that to get some more snacks in the snack bar. They want us to be healthy, but that doesn't happen. Anyways, want to thank all of you for joining us here at Noble Network 1. Want to thank Dylan Lee, Ben Niles, Sam Taylor. I'm Ben Kilcrease. Want to give a shout out to Wiley X, Sam Bass, Galleries NASCAR Hall of Fame, RC.net, PowerTech Power Solutions, and Competition Diecast. We hope you have a fantastic end of the week. We'll see you tomorrow for the Noble Radio Show, and remember to put the phone down.